So just how bad is the repeal of Obama's net neutrality, and what are tech companies doing about it? Unless you've been living under a rock over the past several months, you knew that this vote on net neutrality was coming. It played out as many people expected, and the FCC voted to reclassify internet service providers like Comcast, Spectrum, and Verizon. The vote removed restrictions on the companies that many felt were vital to have an open and fair internet. Now, Google responded by pledging to continue to follow the policies of net neutrality. Quote, "We remain committed to net neutrality policies that enjoy overwhelming public support. We've been approved by the courts, and we are working well for every part of the internet economy. We will work with other net neutrality supporters, large and small, to promote strong, enforceable protections." Now, what does Google mean by strong and enforceable protections? Because there are less protections, or there will be once this passes. Partly, we have to trust in companies like Google to protect our interests, not just theirs. Facebook is another company that voiced support for strong net neutrality regulations, and I quote from Sheryl Sandberg, "Today's decision from the Federal Communications Commission to end net neutrality is disappointing and harmful. An open internet is critical for new ideas and economic opportunity, and internet providers shouldn't be able to decide what people can see online or charge more for certain websites. We're ready to work with members of Congress and others to help make the internet free and open for everyone." I love what Sandberg said because it was a lot less lawyer speak than Google, and she also pointed out how it's going to affect people like you and me. More on that in a moment. Let's move on to Netflix. We're disappointed in the decision to gut net neutrality protections that ushered in an unprecedented era of innovation, creativity, and civic engagement. This is the beginning of a longer legal battle. Netflix stands with innovators large and small to oppose this misguided FCC order. Damn, Netflix, tell us how you really feel. They also remind us that this is just the beginning of a long legal battle, and it will be some time before these new regulations take effect. Also, with its repeal, Amazon's chief technology officer took to Twitter to share his statement, and I quote, "I am extremely disappointed in the FCC's decision to remove net neutrality protections. We will continue to work with our peers, partners, and customers to find ways to ensure an open and fair internet that can continue to drive massive innovation." Now let's just sit back for a moment and talk about why this matters so much to people like you and me. And it's not just about companies charging you a little more to get to your content. It's much deeper than that. It speaks to the very root of a democratic, open, free society. So let's just sit back for a moment and imagine that the internet is a whole series of highways, roads, bridges, and buses and trains, okay? And different companies own different aspects of the transportation system. And they say, hey, Jayce, you can go to this mall over here and drive there on our fast train for free. And once you go there, you can shop on all those stores that we have partnerships with or we own a piece of. But if you want to go over here to this other mall where you're going to charge us $10.99 each time you go on that bus or train or road. Yeah, now those malls are not competing with each other on equal footing anymore, are they? No, it's not really fair, and it's stifling innovation because this mall over here could create a wonderful experience, but they can't compete with free, fast transportation to the free mall, right? That's not fair. That's not a free and open transportation system. We want a free and open internet. What happens when you take that and it becomes the internet that's our highway for information and knowledge and cultural exchange? Well, now you can decide what people see and what information they get. And if you're really good at it, you can manipulate what people begin to believe, right? I mean, we saw a lot of this in the last election in the US in 2016, where countries or companies, were manipulating information. We called it fake news. And of course, each side had their own set of fake news. It's really dangerous stuff. And although these companies have a case to want to make more money and scale up their business, it is a very slippery slope when you are able to manage information in a way that suits your own business and is not in the best interest of public and society at heart. You should care about this, and you should care about it a lot. Let me know what you think in the comments below and on Twitter. Like me, do you like ultra thin phone cases? If so, you just need protection against everyday wear and tear, and our sponsor has super thin cases, priced just right for all major phones. You can go to minimalcase.com, use our coupon code AA20, and get 20% off an already sweet deal.